I've spoken to so many executives, women leaders at the top of their careers, and they say that being a mother is, on top of everything.
By miles. It's unbelievable how rewarding and joyful it is to be a mother, at least for me. It's a ton of work, but oh my God, it's made me a better professional too. Like I had no idea how efficient I could be at work until I became a mother.
Right.
I must have been totally misusing my time prior to that, because I get so much more done since I've been a mother at work. And my judgment as well, I feel like it's been sharpened since I've become a mother.
I say the same things, it's like, what was I doing before I had kids?
And also, I'm being a little bit cocky to say it, but I think I'm a more generous person and a more generous leader since I've become a mother. Like, it used to be all about me prior to being a mother, and now it's not just, it's my family and my children, of course, but I think I carry that into work where it's not about me. And my job as a leader is to enable everyone else and support everyone else. It has very much changed my mindset across the board.
Right, your outlook, it's beautiful. I know you're a huge advocate for women empowerment. There was an article published recently in the Globe and Mail about a study that showed that, women in executive roles actually make 56% less than men. And it also found that, women who were in executive roles were less likely to be in a relationship. And we hear about this stigma associated with women who are powerful, who are, either single or they're divorced or having relationship issues. So you've been in an executive role, you're happily married, you have 2 young children. What's worked for you? What are some of the lessons you've learned over all these years? And what advice can you offer to others?
You kind of hinted it already. I wish this for my daughter, and I wish this for all women. Choose your partner well. Do not choose someone who is not going to support you as their equal and who is going to give you the flexibility to pursue your own professional dreams. And, I can't stress that enough, because it starts at home. If your partner is someone who believes in an equal partnership and will share in the equal workload and will support you in your career, you're already ahead of the game. And don't get me wrong, like I still take the bulk of the workload at home, but I appreciate the fact that my husband has never forced me to choose my professional aspirations versus my personal aspirations, and he has done everything possible to support everything that I want to be. The second piece, finding opportunities to be able to adjust your working life to what you need to do, because I do think you can have it all, but you can't just have it all at the same time. There's different periods of your life where some of it is you're going to be focused on your family, and other times you're focused on your professional aspirations. I worked like a dog before I was married and with children, and I chose to, and I liked it because I grew tremendously in those early years. I've since slowed down a bit because I have other responsibilities, and like I said, I actually think I'm more productive and efficient than ever before. And I know that once my children are older, I'm going to be in a different stage of my life. So I do think women have to give yourself a break in realizing that your attention, there's only so much time in the day, and that it's going to change as you move through your life, and it'll all come together. You just kind of have to balance it all, as all the women that I know do. It's spectacular, actually, what women do. They know the dentist appointment of their kids, the homework they have to get done, the lunch that they're going to pack, and they're going to lead us a presentation at the executive level. I admire women so much, and that is why I'm super excited to be able to sponsor UHN Women and the work that we're trying to do in our organization.
Yes, that's so exciting. And, it's so great that you're doing that work because it's so needed. And coming to that same study, which also found that, only 1 in 10 of those women executives identified as a visible minority. So how can we provide opportunities for qualified individuals coming from these, identified minority groups to move up, to excel in their careers, to move into those executive roles?
Yeah, I think, first of all, there's a lot of different things that we could be doing to feed that pipeline. First, I think we as women can quite often be over-mentored and under-sponsored. And so it's one thing and women seek out mentorship. I know a lot of women do that. It's one thing to get mentorship, and that takes you a long way. And as I said, I'm a product of good mentorship, but I think it's the saying your name in a room where there's opportunities and you can open doors. That's where it's more meaningful. And I think we need to be more deliberate in how we sponsor women and be very cognizant about respecting diversity. And that also starts at the recruitment stage. And so there's all sorts of ways that we could be recruiting to emphasize diversity and equity and inclusion. And so, those are all different levers that we can be pulling. The other piece is, and this is the big challenge, is for organizations to set targets. And so it's all well and good to say that we want to do this, but it's not going to really enact big change until you have it baked into performance plans at the organizational level, at the executive level, and to actually set bold targets of percentage of women in leadership roles, percentage of BIPOC women in leadership roles. And that's where you end up seeing the changes happening. I'm super proud at UHN. Our executive committee is at least half are women, but I still think there's lots of areas where we need to augment it. Like I look at surgery, and we don't have a ton of women in surgery. It's not a profession that is friendly to women, and particularly mothers. And so wanting to address those kinds of issues so that we have a bigger pipeline and clear mentors and sponsors and a change in the work environment so that it is more conducive to women to be able to be successful. I think those are all elements that need to be pursued by all organizations, not just a few.
Yeah, big goals that we still have a long way to go.
We do. And healthcare is predominantly women, right? Like I would say all organizations are at least 60% women, if not more. And so we really do have an opportunity to make a really big impact in the working environment and improve our productivity as organizations.